Hello, my name is Gabby and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here then welcome to my channel, and today's video is going to be my February wrap-up. Last month I ended up doing my wrap-up and my TBR in the same video. I will leave that linked up in a card if you want to watch that, but I decided to separate them this time around. So yeah, the next video after this one should probably be my March TBR. So yeah, any content warnings that come with these books will be listed down in the description below, along with a link to the National Coalition Against Censorship, which we will talk about more later on in this video when we get there. But I also do have like journal with me's and spoiler-free reviews for the books in this video, and those will also be linked down below. So we're just going to go in the order of which I finished them. So the first book is Stamped: Racism, Anti-Racism, and You. So this is not a history book necessarily, but it does dive into like a past to present type of thing and breaks down how the racist ideas that got made up and distributed in the past and how it still lingers present day, specifically in America. So this book was my next step on my goal of just reading everything Jason Reynolds has ever written in. I just have read such amazing books by this author and I really love the writing style, and this book is just absolutely no exception to that. It's engaging, it's educational, and it provided quite a bit of insight into our present day, even though it does cover mostly the past. And I don't know, just like the censoring of this book and just also so many others is so incredibly disappointing to me. And just once again, the link is down in the description below. I found it to be something that is very helpful when it comes to like keeping up to date about these sorts of things, especially since I am someone who is just really trying to get to know what is going on in this area, because it just really wrongfully impacts a lot of different communities and a lot of important books that mean a lot to a lot of people, that mean a lot to me personally, and they just shouldn't be getting censored. And yeah, back to this book specifically, I don't usually read nonfiction books unless they're like poetry, but I ended up giving this one 5 stars. So next up we have Blood Like Magic by Liselle Sambury. So this is a debut that follows our main character Voya, who is given the task to sacrifice her first love in order to save her family's magic during her calling, which is a trial that every witch must pass in order to obtain their powers. Okay, so this book took me quite a few months to read for like different circumstances that were mostly my fault, because I should not have tried to like annotate such a large book for my first time annotating. But this did end up being a really strong read for me. There's a lot of fun moments and dialogue. I really enjoyed the relationships and like their different complexities, and they're also like they're more wholesome moments in both the romantic connections and the not. It's a book where it feels like there's always a lot going on, and I feel like it didn't always gel that great for me. But I also really liked our main character. I liked a lot of the more side characters. Everyone feels like they have like their own stuff going on and they didn't feel flat, which was nice. And also like our main character underwent a lot of growth, which felt nice and realistic. The story progression also felt nice and realistic, and I was very satisfied with this book by the end. And I am just so looking forward to the sequel and just really being back with these characters, and I gave this 4 stars. So next up we have Pride by Ibi Zoboi. So Pride is a Pride and Prejudice remix that follows our main character, whose pride in the things and the people she cares most about may not be enough to save her neighborhood from becoming unrecognizable due to gentrification. Our main character tries to find her place in a rapidly changing Bushwick, all while dealing with some romance genre and college application stuff. Okay, so like general disclaimer, I am not familiar with the original Pride and Prejudice almost like at all, so that has like little to no effect on any of this review of the book. But this was my lovely Valentine's Day read. It's very YA contemporary romance, which at the end of the day, it's probably what I enjoyed least about this book because it made everything feel kind of cheesy. But again, it was my Valentine's Day read, and I'm not that mad about it. I just don't think it's really my favorite thing in general. But there were relationships that I did end up really loving in this book, and those were between like our main character and her family, specifically her older sister. but like just the family as a whole. And I really enjoyed that more than probably anything else in this book. Well, like those and also the poems. And then also probably our main character, because I feel like I really got to know her and I really enjoyed getting to know her and just her in general. This book also covers the topic of gentrification, and we see the effects of that just play into everything. There are complex and differing experiences and conversations had in here, and this ended up being a 3.5 stars for me. And I think I just wanted something a little bit stronger from like the romance department, but I did get other things out of it for sure. So finally we have the graphic novel adaptation of Monster by Walter Dean Myers and then some other contributors. It's a coming-of-age story about our main character, who is a teenager who is on trial for robbery and murder. As he goes to trial and acclimates to juvenile detention, he imagines the whole thing as a movie. I have very conflicting feelings about this. It's very trial heavy and the trial is interesting. I just don't know if a graphic novel is the correct format for me to experience this story. There were a lot of strong panels, but I feel like I missed out on like a lot of stuff. There's a lot of dialogue that kind of feels squeezed into the speech bubbles, and I just feel like I'm missing really important things that would have made my experience just so much better while reading this. But due to this book, I do have my eyes on the original novel, which once again, I believe I've seen that novel on like some of those like censored books lists, which once again is just like... And then I also might go ahead and watch the movie if it turned out any good. I don't really know. I'll have to look into that. But for this one specifically, I ended up giving it like probably 3 stars. I think I might have put 3.5 in my journal, but it's like a 3.25 maybe? I don't know. Okay, so that is all I have for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and answer the question that'll be around here if you want to do that, and hopefully I will see you here next time. Bye!